G'day, budgies and widgies, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are staying safe with the whole COVID-19 crisis that's going around. But in today's video, as you would have seen by the title and thumbnail, I got some new fish and I'm really excited to show you them. They're right next to you. But before that, I just want to address that I got these fish from AQUATICO Aquarium, and I would 100% that you guys go there and check it out. The fish, they have such a wide selection with amazing prices, and the service there is amazing as well. I was asking sort of about 100 different questions and they were more than happy to help me out. Yeah, and it was just a really great experience to go there. Some beautiful display tanks and just, as I said before, wide range of fish. So if you've got some time, make sure that you do go and help out your local fish store. Doesn't have to be Aquatico, but just, yeah, they were a really great store that you should check out. And I wasn't able to film there. I was on a bit of a tight schedule, but I do know that Blake's Aquatics has kind of been on fire with the whole aquarium store tours, so make sure that you do check out his channel. But without further ado, let's have a look at the new fish and what the plans are, kind of. Alright? Okay, I just want to point out before we have a closer look at these fish is that the way these fish have been packaged is probably the best packaging I've seen of any aquarium store that I've been to. The bags are completely filled, they're tight, they're full of air. And yeah, just everything has been packaged really professionally. This video has not been sponsored by Aquatico, but I just have to say I've been kind of blown away by the quality that they have at the store. But without further ado, let's have a look at the fish a little bit closer. Okay, first fish of the day. I ended up getting a common whiptail catfish. Now, whiptails are a fish I've wanted for the longest time, and I saw this guy. He was a really nice size and, you know, pretty chubby, some amazing fins. And I had to get him. He was a great price of $30, and for a whiptail at this size, that was pretty much a bargain. So yeah, I've always wanted a whiptail. I don't know why, they just look so wild and sort of naturalistic, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna see him in this tank. You know, he's probably gonna hide, but Plecos and whiptails aren't a fish that you get because you're gonna see them, and they're kind of like a collection specimen. Yeah, and this guy, he just looks absolutely phenomenal, really cool looking, and he's gonna, yeah, just be kind of like this breathtaker when I do see him every once a month or two. But let's have a look at the next fish. So most of you will know that I have a wild called L397 Pleco, and she kind of hides out in a little sort of like tunnel that she has in the wood. But I got some really nice photos of her, so have a look at them now. But basically, I wanted to get a couple of mates for her. I want to kind of do like a breeding project and get some really awesome L397 fry. So while I was at Aquatico, I ended up getting 2 more L397s. They're probably around about 4 to 5 centimeters, and they're going to grow out in there. They've got a whole bunch of wood to munch on, so I'm not really too fussed, but yeah, they're going to do really well. And they were at an amazing price as well, $35 each, and I had to pick them up. So yeah, I got some more Plecos, and also finally, I was able to get my hands on a stunning male Galaxy Koi betta. I'm pretty sure this is a placat or placard. I don't really know how you pronounce it, but yeah, this guy has so much personality, and I kind of had to have him. I saw him and we connected on a scalular level. You get it? Because fish have scale. Okay, anyways, yeah, I had to get this guy, and he's just so beautiful, so active, and I really don't know where I'm gonna. I want to put him in this tank because I think having a betta in such a big tank is going to look really nice. But at the same time, I kind of want to put him in the new tank that we just set up, which I'll have a video out very soon. But yeah, so let me know your suggestions. For the time being, I think I'm going to put him in this tank, and then we'll see if we ever want to move him out. But yeah, so they were the 3 fish that we got. Now I'm going to let them float for probably about 15 to 20 minutes, and then we'll come back and release them. Okay, so these guys have been floating for roughly about, I think 15-20 minutes, and I'm going to also drip acclimate them so they can slowly acclimatize to the water parameters. But I've got to say, the rubber banding skills that you guys have at Aquatico is insane. Let me get back to you when I take the rubber bands off. That's crazy. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rubber bands, and it's double bagged as well. That's some crazy service, you guys. And these are the 2 L397 Plecos, so I'm just going to add them. These 2 catfish came from the same tank, so I'm not really too fussed about mixing the waters together. So we'll get them in, and then I'll get back to you. And now it's time for this guy. But this is the common whiptail going in. Splosh. Okay, so the fighter is in as well. I was going to show you a little bit closer, but as I was doing so, I ended up exploding the bag. So I just had to get him quickly into the mug, and they're both also drip acclimating, and we'll give them maybe about, I don't know, half an hour, just so they can get really used to the water parameters. I am putting this guy in the big tank, and I think he's really going to enjoy it. And if worse comes to worse, we can just throw him in the little 10-gallon, and he'll still enjoy that as well. But yeah, let's give these guys a little bit of time, and I'll get back to you when we can release them. Acclimation time is over, and I think it's time that we release them in. I'm going to add the betta in first and kind of just observe him for maybe about 5-10 minutes, see how he's doing with everyone else, because he's the one that I'm kind of worried about the most, but he should be fine. So I'm just going to scoop him up. That was easy. And we shall add him to his new eternal home. Oh, he looks really, really good. Yeah, I think he's going to do well, and if I see that flow is a problem or anything, we can always correct that. Okay, it's Pleco time. So we're going to catch out the 397s, and I kind of have to use my hands to corral them into the net. Okay, they're both in, and let's release these guys into the tank as well. They're just going to shoot right down, so you might not get a good glimpse of them. Okay, now it's not to worry, these guys are pretty small, but they'll find a safe place in the wood and hopefully grow out, and we can have some Pleco babies. But yeah, they're pretty washed out at the moment, but they should get their colour back. No worries. And I've got that massive bit of wood to chomp on, so not too stressed about food. My old 397, I mean the one that I have hiding behind there, the wild caught one, I got it this size probably, like I said, 1.5 years ago, and she grew up pretty well, so yeah, no stress. Now it's time for the whiptail. Okay, the whiptail was much more behaved than the Plecos. That was fairly easy. Now hopefully this guy's pretty active and just sticks around in the sand, but he almost looks like a flathead species, and yeah, I think that in due time we're barely ever going to see this guy, but he's a very stunning looking fish. So I know that I did introduce him into the big tank, and he was completely fine. There was no reason why I had to move him out of there, but I just thought that I would enjoy him a lot more in this tank. Now you guys may be getting a sneak peek of this tank, I don't know, but yeah, I moved the blood orange guppies into here, plus they're fry as well, which are now up to size, and I've got 1 male, surprisingly, and 3 females, but yeah, they're doing really well. And this tank the plants are really starting to establish, so I thought, you know, he would just be so much more personable. I could train him to come and eat out of my fingers and all of that in this aquarium. You may think it's a bit of a downgrade in size, because there we've got a 5-foot tank, which is roughly about 600 liters, and this one here is, I think it's about 45, but, you know, he's going to be completely fine. I'm doing regular water changes on this tank, so he's still going to enjoy it. Alrighty, well that brings us to the end of this video. Please make sure that you do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And also, if you've got some spare time, head down to AQUATICO Aquarium, because they have amazing prices, great quality, and the fish selection is really, really great as well. If I had a little bit more time to spend there, I think I would have come out with a little more fish as well. But yeah, the fish are all doing good. The whiptail I see every now and then, pretty active. The Plecos, they kind of just found their bit in the wood. They hide down there. One of the little guys hides just behind that rock, and the other little guy, I can see him, but on the camera it's a little bit hard. He's kind of on the edge of that wood, and the big girl, she's in the back as well. But yeah, they're all doing good. The betta fish tank is getting a water change at the moment, so I'm just doing that while filming the outro. But yeah, stay Aussie Australian, stay safe, and I will see you in the next video, alright? Bye bye.